How many times have you heard a woman say, "He's just a friend"? And how many times have men ignored that line only to find out later that just a friend wasn't as innocent as it sounded? Here's the uncomfortable truth: most guys don't want to face, women don't always give you the full picture. Sometimes, when she says a guy's just a friend, there's more happening under the surface. It might be emotional, it could be physical, or maybe she hasn't even admitted it to herself, or worse, maybe she has. If you're not watching closely, you might find yourself stuck in a situation where you're being played, misled, or wasting time on someone who doesn't truly respect you. In this video, we're breaking down 7 red flags that show her friend might actually be a threat to your relationship. Because if her words say one thing but her actions say something else, it's time to stop being blind to the signs. Red flag 1. Her body language tells another. Story words can mislead, but body language never lies. A woman might downplay her connection with a guy, claiming it's nothing, but her body will always reveal what's really going on. The brain sends signals far beyond words, especially in situations involving attraction. So if she insists he's just a friend, but her subconscious behavior says otherwise, you need to pay attention. Start by noticing how she reacts when she mentions him. Does she laugh a bit too much? Do her eyes light up differently? Is there a warmth in her voice when she says his name, something too familiar to be purely platonic? Even if she brushes it off, her tone may be saying much more. Take it a step further. If you see them together, observe carefully. Does she lean in closer than necessary? Does she touch him playfully? Is her body facing him even when she's supposed to be with you? One of the clearest psychological signals of attraction is mirroring each other's movements unconsciously. If he scratches his face and she does the same seconds later, if he leans in and she follows, that's not coincidence. That's chemistry. Pay close attention to how she reacts when you bring him up. If she starts fidgeting, defending him too hard, or giving long-winded justifications, that's a massive red flag. If he really is just a friend, there's no reason to justify it so hard. And the ultimate test: if she mentions him during private or intimate moments, unprompted, that means he's living in her mind, even when she's with you. Red flag 2. She defends him like he's her man. Let's be honest. If a woman truly sees a guy as just a friend, she treats him like family, casual, no emotional undertone, just lighthearted vibes. But when she defends him like she's protecting a relationship, that's a different story. Imagine you casually ask, "So how do you know him?" If she tenses up, over-explains, or throws in extra details like, "He's basically a brother to me," that's not normal. That's emotional attachment in disguise. That it gets clearer when you express concern. If she flips it on you, "You're just jealous," or "I can't believe you're being insecure," that's not just deflection, that's projection. When someone has nothing to hide, they don't lash out. But if she reacts like she's been accused of a crime, there's something deeper going on. Here's a powerful question to ask. If he got a girlfriend and started pulling away from you, would that bother you? Watch your face. Real friends don't panic when distance happens. But if the idea of him drifting away unsettles her, that says everything you need to know. Red flag 3. She brings him up constantly. Think about this: people can't help talking about the things constantly on their mind. If she keeps mentioning him, even in conversations that have nothing to do with him, that's not just friendship, that's emotional weight. Ask yourself, does she talk about him during deep conversations? Does she bring him up when you're discussing relationships? If his name keeps showing up, even in small moments, that means he's taking up space in her head. Look for the subtle clues. If she shares inside jokes, or tells nostalgic stories about him with that little sparkle in her voice, she's not just reminiscing, she's emotionally attached. And the biggest giveaway: comparisons. If she ever says things like, "He gets me," or "I wish you did that like he does," that's emotional investment. Plain and simple. A woman who truly sees a guy as just a friend won't feel the need to reference him constantly, but if she lights up whenever his name is spoken, the truth is already showing. Red flag 4. She puts him before you. At the end of the day, people make time for what matters to them. If she's always choosing to be around him, replying to his texts instantly, or bailing on your plans for him, you already know where her priorities lie. She might say, "We've been friends for years," but that doesn't change the fact: relationships come before friendships. If she's always on her phone laughing at his texts while on a date with you, that's blatant disrespect. If she cancels on you to hang out with him, she's telling you exactly where you rank. One of the clearest signs: when she's upset, she goes to him for comfort, not you. That's not just concerning, it's a sign of deep emotional trust. That doesn't belong outside the relationship. And if she ever says something like, "He's the only one who understands me," or "I don't know what I'd do without him," you need to stop ignoring the obvious. That's not friendship anymore. That's something much more serious. Red flag 5. She gets defensive when you question it, so you finally bring it up. You ask, "Are you sure there's nothing going on?" And instead of having a calm, honest conversation, she gets angry. She says you're jealous. She turns the conversation on you. That's textbook deflection. When someone has nothing to hide, they don't overreact. They communicate. But if she instantly gets irritated, avoids the topic, or refuses to create distance between them, she's protecting that relationship because she knows it's already crossed a line. And if she refuses to set boundaries, saying things like, "Why should I stop talking to him?" or "You're just trying to control me," it's because she doesn't want to let go. Not of a friend, but of an emotional attachment. Bottom line, if a woman respects and values you, she won't let another man get that close. She won't make you feel like you're competing. She'll put you first, no questions asked. The right woman doesn't play games. She doesn't keep backup options. She doesn't make you doubt your place in her life. So if you're seeing these red flags, stop making excuses. You already feel it in your gut. Act like a man who knows his worth. Either she chooses you fully, or you walk away. Because a man who respects himself doesn't stay where he's not completely valued. Let me know if you want this into a YouTube caption, split into voiceover segments, or turned into a short-form script.